this is Charlene Sapp. Welcome to another edition of the Brooklyn Baby Podcast with me, your host, Charlene Sapp. Well, I hope that everyone's having a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful week. I know my computer seems like it's all up in my face. I need to push my desk back, but oh well, we'll be up close and personal today. Well, this is going to be something short, something sweet, not really lengthy for today, but it's called Finding Your Peace. And finding your peace could look so differently for different people. So think about, what does it look like to you? And I'm going to tell you what it looks like to me. To me, finding my peace means to be around people who bring out the joy in me. No killjoys allowed. It means, for me, sometimes having a nice glass of wine or some kind of other cocktail in moderation, a nice dish because I'm a foodie. I don't mind like some great food, drinks, lobster, steak, shrimp, whatever. I like pretty much, I love any kind of good food. All right. A good drink or two, or maybe three. Great conversation, getting great night's rest, drinking so much water, so much, keeping the hair and skin on point, looking young. That's what water does. So hydrate if you're not hydrating. Just having like a nice, happy spirit, no matter what is going on in your life. Now, life's things happen. However, we still got to try to find our peace, no matter what is going on, good, bad, in between, in the midst of life, death, whatever's going on. We still got to push forward and just find our peace. Okay? Just find our peace. Because remember, in the past, last year, early part of last year, my mom passed away. And my sister, she's 10 years older than me, she was going to be 64. She's 10 years older than me. She passed away unexpectedly this past summer, just 3-4 months ago. So, through it all, now my sister, there was, her situation was mitigating. Her health was not the strongest, but it wasn't the weakest. We still expected some more years on earth, but she was a choke risk. And unfortunately, she choked on food and passed away at the facility where she was living. But that's a whole different situation. But her health was not the strongest or the best, because she had some mental health issues pretty much the majority of her life since she was 17 years old. So that's a whole nother quagmire. But my point is, despite going through my mother's death, it was expected. I'm just happy she hung on for 4 more years than I expected. But my sister, I knew her health was not the strongest based on what doctors said for other mitigating circumstances, but I expected her to be here on this earth for at least a few more or several more extra years. All right? Maybe at least another 5 to 10. But my point is, you still got to persevere. I still have to press on. I loved on her. I was her technical legal guardian because my parents were, I felt too old to take on that responsibility with all that it encompassed. So years ago, over a decade ago, I would say about 15 years ago, I decided, we went down to the courthouse, my mom, my dad, and I filled out the paperwork with the attorneys and everything just to make sure I could be her legal guardian. And I received my appointmentship of guardianship. So that's a whole nother issue as well. But my point is, I did right by her as a sister, did all I could as her sister, even on baby sis, 10 years younger, and her guardian, but did everything I could to provide her everything that she needed, tried to just be there, see her on a regular basis, sometimes at least twice a week, sometimes more. I just made sure she was living not far from where I lived, not far from the school I was working, so I would have easy access to her, sometimes pop in on her when I had breaks from working at the school. So my point is, just try to find your peace. Life's things happen, but we can't give up. Try not to give up. And then I know, sometimes, things got a little dark for me, but despite it all, I had to remember the words that I tell others and the way I was raised and the way my mother raised me. She was a praying woman, and a positive woman, one of the most praying, optimistic people I personally knew was her. The sky, it could be crashing down. My mother's gonna take it to the Lord, pray, lay hands with her, and she'll splash her anointing water. She'll also she had her holy water. She would splash her holy water and bless you with on the forehead with her anointed oil. Because she was not pessimistic. She was optimistic. She was just such a prayer. We used to call her the prayer warrior. So I'm trying to channel that inner Betty. That was her name. However, I'm not like her, not trying to be her. I wish I had more of her because I need that to derive my strength often. But I will say I'm not a negative person. I'm an optimist. I like to be happy and smile, but I was not on the level of my mother. She was next level as far as inner glow and happy and optimism. But she was no slouch. She was no punk. You couldn't get over on her or disrespect her because she knew how to shut it down and tell you off without yelling or cussing and make grown people cry. Once she checked you and read you so poignantly and eloquently and so much class, and she made you think about yourself. Like, she's right about what she's saying about me. I gotta fix myself. And she made grown people, men, women of all races, ethnicities, cry. Even some bosses who were male of other races, when she felt they were coming at her the wrong way, even though it was nothing out of the over the top, but if she felt any smidgen of being slighted or disrespected, she knew how to check you and read you, and she made a couple of her male bosses cry, and they apologized to her very expeditiously. Okay, but she just had a way with words. But my point is, you're just gonna find your peace. It might be taking a nice hot bubble bath. It might have scented candles around your home. It may be sitting out on your patio, on your deck, on your front porch. Who knows? I know for me, I love that walk, that jog, going to the gym as I'm trying to shed some pounds. Whatever the case may be. And being with the family, being with friends, going to the movies. But bottom line, if certain people need to be placed out of your life, hasta luego, let them go or her go. It may be sometimes solitude. It's okay to realize maybe you're not okay and you need to isolate yourself to get yourself together, to gather yourself. And that's okay too. It's okay to not answer the phone every time someone calls. It's okay. Because sometimes people need to get themselves together, and what may help to get you together may not help for me, or vice versa. Sometimes it means not answering the phone. Sometimes it means not getting back to people. And if people really rock with you and love you, they'll just have to understand. We should not make someone feel a certain way as a friend because we didn't get back to them. And we shouldn't do that to other people, because everybody is trying to make it in this world as best they can. And people are going through things that you may have no idea what they're going through. So give people grace. Like, I'm the type of person, if I call someone and they don't get back to me, I got so much to tend to. And my focus is not, let's keep tally on, I called this person. It shouldn't be tit for tat. And I don't want anyone to be tit for tat with me. I get to you when I get to you, if I ever get to you. And if you're a friend, you should understand. Just like I'm going to understand with you. And my thing is, look, if it's not a lover or someone I'm romantically involved with, that's different. That's just my opinion. If you are romantically involved with someone, or married to someone, engaged with someone, or dating someone, I'm not talking about that kind of situation, because you should be available and accountable to a large extent. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about with our family members, with our friends, with our associates or acquaintances, if it's not romantically intertwined, and romantically intertwined in which there's exclusivity. Because if it's not exclusive, shoot, I get to you when I get to you, or you get to me when you get to me. But if it's a situation where it's something that's not romantic and it's friendship, um, family, acquaintance, the way I roll, I get to you when I get to you. And usually I'm great about getting back to people, but don't hold my feet to the fire. I'm not going to hold yours to the fire. And I'm circling back to my point of this message today. To me, to be so uptight about a return phone call or text with people in that category of friendships, acquaintances, or family, in my opinion, there's so much to be concerned about or to focus on. That's not finding your peace. If you're clocking who's contacting me back exponentially or expeditiously, if you're worried about who texted back, or nah, that's not finding your peace. Finding your peace is okay. I didn't hear from Ray Ray today, or Benita today, but I'll hear from them when I hear from them. I'm gonna go about my day, go about my life. There's so many other things to tend to. And if you're booked and busy, you shouldn't be pressed on who's returning calls and texts. Because I got a lot over here to keep me busy. Trying to write books, more books, trying to launch my businesses, Sab Publishing, Brooklyn Baby Hair Care, doing this podcast for you wonderful people. It seems like I'm like, okay, I know I'm retired from teaching, but like there's so much around my residence that I need to take care of. Like, so I got boxes of supplies to unpack and shelve, and for my business, I got a lot to do. I'm not even going to show you some of the things around here, but it'll be taken care of. But my point is, booked, busy, enjoying myself, mixing, mingling, dining, whining. Whining, So my point is, that's how I find my peace. Also, another thing about finding your peace, pick your battles. Everything does not need to be addressed. You don't need to pop off every time someone pisses you off. I just say, hey. Now, I'm not going to say anything, I let anything go. You could just treat me any old way. But a lot of times I'm learning in my now 54 years of this earth, I've always said to you all, if someone is mean or nasty to you, I always laugh at them. Like, because if they were really a happy person, they wouldn't treat me or someone else in that bad way. And I'm like, well, if I'm living in the light, exuding joy, and they're being mean to me, of all people who's been exuding joy and being kind to them, that tells me they have a personal problem that has nothing to do with me. Because happy people don't act like nasty and facetious. Only a mean-spirited person acts like that. Because I'm coming to you with positivity and joy in my face and my disposition. You're acting shitty. Well, clearly I did nothing to you. You have the problem. I have the power. So you just find your peace. This life, we all going through something. As I said in the past, some people have a small plate of problems, as my mother used to say. Some people have a bigger platter of problems. And shoot, some people have the whole damn Golden Corral buffet of problems. But no matter what you're going through, life is like a roller coaster. We got to ride it. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, ebbs, flows. So just hang on. And like my mother used to always say, the darkest hour is before dawn. Sometimes when you think, oh my goodness, I can't take it anymore. Lord have mercy, all these things are happening. And that's when that breakthrough happens, and the powers that be, I believe in God, but whatever you believe in, whatever higher being, I'm going to say God because that's who I believe in, will turn everything around. And what you worried about maybe 24 hours or less ago, some kind of miracle breaks through, and voila, boom, a breakthrough. But sometimes it might get a little dark, a little rough, but hold on, be positive, find that peace. find that peace. So I'm going to put you to one of those other tasks. Sometimes I like to give y'all a task. I just want you to list 3 things that you could do for yourself today that will help you achieve some kind of peace with whatever you're going through in your life. So think of 3 things. You can write it down if you'd like. 3 things that will, for today, give you some kind of peace. And just go out and do it. For me, what do I want to do today? Where do I want to go? I'm probably going to go to one of my favorite restaurants later today. I am going to get a great meal from that restaurant and some cocktails, probably some, what do I want? Either a Mai Tai or a margarita. Probably a Mai Tai. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go take a walk in my neighborhood. I might even try to spruce it up and do some high impact, a jog, and go to my gym. Of course, so let me put it in order. I'm going to go into my place near my home and do my jog, and then go to my gym after, come home and shower, go to my favorite restaurant, one of them, and get the meal and drink that I told you about. And 3, you know what? I might watch a nice Netflix movie. Because I got a Netflix membership to watch this show forever. And I binge watched it in May. That's when this series first came out. And I haven't really used my Netflix membership other than just to see that series forever, which has been finished for the season. I look forward for season 2. And I haven't used my Netflix membership. And that's what I'm going to do today. Work out, go to my favorite restaurant for lunch, come back, watch some Netflix. And after all that, I might make some return phone calls to people who I feel the need and the urge to speak to today or tonight. That's actually I 4 things I'm going to do. All right. So I'm just giving you 3 to think about that you would like to do, and just do it. And thank you so much for being here with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, spread the word, subscribe, get others to subscribe. And I'm going to also try to spruce up this show a bit. And I just have some maybe some guests. That's what I like to do, have some guests. Spruce it up. Because I'm already videotaping myself. I was just audio at first. Now I'm videotaping. For those of you who can see me on YouTube. Spotify, I'm sorry, all y'all can get is audio. But if you like video, just come over to YouTube. You could see your girl. All right, thank you so much for being here. Mwah, love y'all. Have a great weekend. Be blessed, not stressed. Bye.